Hey Gear Seekers, I'm Nick. Back when I bought my Dell XPS 9550 back in 2016, one of the first things I did was upgrade the RAM from 16 gigs to 32 gigs of RAM. Back then that only cost me around like 150 bucks or something crazy like that. But we all know how expensive RAM has become in the last 18 months. So that got me thinking, what if I could use that spare 16 gig DDR4 SODIMM kit in a desktop so I didn't have to spend ridiculous amounts of money on RAM? Did I just say mounts? Like, it's actually an amount. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that button right now and turn on that little bell to receive notifications. We upload multiple times per week, so yeah. Come on guys, you guys know what to do. Also, we've got a Discord, you guys know that already. The links to all that stuff is down below. A little while ago, Linus from LinusTechTips did a video talking about installing laptop RAM into a desktop system with adapters. He did a pretty good job of showing how they worked, but only on one system. He basically said if you've got laptop memory, then try it out. Otherwise, buy desktop memory. You can check that YouTube video out in the top right hand corner right now. But that didn't really cure my curiosity. I wanted to know if it would work on more than one type of system. Okay, so based on Linus's video, we know that XMP profiles kinda work, but manual overclocking is better. We also know that it won't work mixed with other memory modules, but what we don't know is if it works on other platforms. His tests were only conducted on X99, so let's confirm that X99 compatibility, but also try it on some Ryzen chipsets as well as on Intel's Z370 Coffee Lake chipset as well. Okay, let's talk about how these actually work. You need obviously DDR4 SODIMM memory, and you plug it into the adapter like you would plug it into any laptop. It's pretty straightforward to actually set up and get working. Let's confirm what we already know and install it in an X99 system with the i7-6900K on the Gigabyte X99 Phoenix SLI. Right, that's pretty straightforward to install, just like any other RAM on any other system, and yeah, it powers up no problem. And we get into the BIOS, and as you can see here, there's 16 gigs of RAM. It's running at stock frequencies because this RAM is only 2133, and yeah. Okay, so what happens if we put this in a Ryzen system? The first chipset we're going to test it on is the AMD B350 chipset on the Gigabyte AB350 Gaming 3. The CPU is the Ryzen 7 1700, and yeah, pretty straightforward stuff. Let's see if it works. Now, this is actually saying that there is a problem with the memory / CPU, so the machine doesn't actually post, and to be honest, I'm not very surprised because AMD is pretty picky with memory as it is. Okay, let's shift gears a bit and actually use the next chipset up, the X370 chipset. Alrighty, so the next system we're using is also using the Ryzen 7 1700. The motherboard we're using is the Asus X370 Crosshair 6 Hero. The system does power up, but it doesn't post, and we're getting an error on the built-in LCD screen. This is what the screen should look like if you're using compatible memory. So once again, it doesn't work on X370. But what if we actually tried AMD's latest chipset, the X470? Let's try it out and see what happens. So this machine is using the Ryzen 7 2700X on the ASRock X470 Taichi. Once again, the system powers up no problem, however, it doesn't post, and it displays the exact same error code as the Asus board on the built-in LCD status screen. It doesn't look like AMD is gonna work here. Alright, let's shift gears one last time and try this on an Intel Z370 Coffee Lake chipset motherboard. The motherboard is the MSI Z370A Pro, rocking a i5-8400. Now on this machine, it powers up no problem, it posts, we're able to get into BIOS, and as you can see, it's detected as 16 gigs of SK Hynix DDR4. Obviously there's no XMP options here because it is only a 2133 kit. Very interesting to see that we couldn't actually get it to work on any AMD chipset boards. I kind of figured that the AMD chipsets wouldn't work given like how picky they are with memory as it is. I thought that maybe X470 might work, but it seems as though no AMD chipsets work. I even tested it with my ASRock X399 Gaming Professional with a Threadripper 1950X, and I got the same result. It's just a little bit harder for me to film testing on that machine considering how huge it is and like where I've got it set up in my office. Anyway, so Linus, if you're watching or you ever see this, yes, it works, but on Intel boards only. But more specifically, the Intel boards that I personally have on hand. I'm not calling you out, I was just really curious to see if it worked on more motherboards given how expensive RAM is right now. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, you know what to do and just tell us what you didn't like about it. Once again, thank you so very much for watching. I'm Nick with Gear Seekers. You peek, we seek. That's Starthy's computer, by the way. I just wanted to give him a bit of a shout out because it's pretty cool. Yeah, I think so. I think it's from Thermaltake.